Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas, and today we have a fun tutorial. I'm going to teach you how to make this Salty Like My Margarita t-shirt. Isn't it absolutely adorable? Nadia did a wonderful job designing this SVG, which is available for my $10 or more a month patrons. There are 4 different SVGs in this set, all to do with tacos and margaritas, and the reason why they're for the $10 or more a month patrons is because they are for commercial use. So that means you can make them and sell the shirts with the design already on it. So that is a great deal. And as I said, there are 4 different ones in that set. Plus you can download everything else that's on there. The vinyl that I used, the red, the neon green, the neon blue, and the medium yellow are all specialty materials. Thermoflex Plus are available on my website, as well as the Teflon sheet, the Easy Weed and Wooden Pick, and the t-shirt guide. And the t-shirt guide is on sale this week through April 17th of 2020, down from $9.95 down to $6.95. Now, after I get all the information out of the way to you, give me a moment and we'll change the camera angle and we'll show you how we made this adorable shirt. Okie dokie. So today we're going to be working on some fun designs that are either for Cinco de Mayo or just if you love Mexican food like I do in general. Now, these designs are already uploaded to my Patreon page, which is www.patreon.com/BetsyGocher. It is linked down below in the description. And there are 5 different designs for you to choose from. You can have all of them. Now, these are for my $10 or more a month patrons. So the way that it works, as long as the files are not listed for personal use only, if you are a $10 or more a month patron, these files are for commercial use. So you can make them and sell shirts or whatever with the designs on it. Now remember also right now our weekly WOW sale that ends on April 17th is our t-shirt alignment guide. They are on sale for $6.95, down from $9.95. So I'm going to choose my design. As I said, there are 4 designs. I'm going to choose the Salty Like My Margarita design. And I'm going to click Save. So you want to click on that red link. Now remember, for these files, you have to be a $10 or more a month patron. Now I'm going to go down here to Cricut. Now, if you do have Brother Scan and Cut or the Silhouette Cameo, you still can use these files. Silhouette, you will have to be at least a designer edition, so that's like a $20 upgrade. And Brother Scan and Cut, you can import in SVGs. I just like using the Cricut. It just makes it a whole lot easier. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Upload and then Browse. There we go. Now I want to go to the date modified. Newest will be down at the bottom. I have so many files on my computer, it's not even funny. Where's my files? I don't know. We're going to go to Quick Access. Where did my file go? Oh. So that's what the file looks like. Okay, now I'm going to go back down here to Cricut. Choose the Salty Like My Margarita file. I love this design. Here we go. Click Save. Insert image. Isn't that cute? Nadia designed that. Now we are going to change the size of this because its standard t-shirt front is going to be 10.5 inches. Now this file does not translate well if you want to use your phone or your iPad for it because it is such a complex file. So I would not recommend that. So now I'm going to go ahead and ungroup. And we're going to go by color and weld pieces together. Okay, so as you can see, there's one little piece of yellow down here. I'm not going to weld all of that together, just the top part, because that will waste a lot of material. So we'll weld those 4 pieces together. And don't worry, the other pieces are still there behind it. So we've got our yellow. Now let's go and do our blue. Not all of our blue. Weld those. And I want to weld these 2 pieces over here, because they're right next to each other. Now I am going to weld all the green because it is a large portion. Oh. So let's choose. We're going to go ahead and make it where we can't see the yellow, make it a little bit easier to see what we are doing. All the red we do want to weld. So as you can see, I'm just selecting and I'm holding my finger on the shift key, and that makes it where it grabs, will keep a hold of everything. So there's a lot of pieces to this. So this is a little bit more complex, but complex is fun, especially when you're at home doing nothing. I'm not saying everybody's doing nothing, just want people to be able to have something to keep busy. Okay, so now as you can see, all the red is welded together. So we're going to take and unclick the eyes so we don't see that. So as I said, I want to weld all of the green together. Makes it easier to line up, and green will go on first. Okay. Let's go ahead and make it where we can't see that. So as you can see, what's left is the blue. So, all of the pieces in this section, I want to go ahead and weld. And then the 2 little strips can be on their own. So, there we go. Now, I want to go ahead and make it where I can see everything again. And we're going to click on Make It. And we want to make sure to mirror it. On each piece, because when you are using heat transfer vinyl, you want to mirror it, because if not, you won't see it. We're going to click Continue. And I'm going to go ahead and load it in my Cricut Maker. Now, one thing I do want to do is I want to go ahead and we're going to open that file again. And I'm going to send this to my printer just so I have a copy of it, which this can go to my Sawgrass. If you're wondering what my Sawgrass is my Sublimation printer. And we want to send it there because I want to have a picture to look at for when I'm doing this, because not everything's welded together. So let's go ahead and send that to print. So this you can use if you have a white shirt. You can just send it just like this to your Sawgrass printer. Hold on. Sorry. What I meant is for this, you actually need to choose your Virtuoso print. I have, as you can see, I have so many printers and cutters hooked up, it's not even funny. Okay, so that's going to be sent to the printer. So now we're going to stop this and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done.
Okie dokie. So as you can see, I have all my vinyl pieces laid out right here. I have my Cricut Easy Press sitting over here, which is what we're going to use to heat this on. So the first thing I need to do is change my heat setting to 330 degrees. And then we're going to change our timer down to 15 seconds. So that can be heating up while we are weeding our vinyl. It doesn't help that I turned off my heat press. I got to reheat it up, or change the numbers. Jiminy Cricket just did it again. You ever have those days? I'm having that month. But anyways, let's go ahead and adjust this down, and we're going to start weeding. And as you can see, I have my picture printed. There you go. Now it doesn't look identical because it is printed on Sublimation. It was Sublimation ink, which never looks as bright as true inkjet because it changes when it gets hot. So just so you know. And I also wrote down the colors so y'all would know the colors I'm using. I'm using neon blue, neon green, medium yellow, and red. And all the vinyls are available on my website, as well as the Easy Weeding Wooden Pick, which I am using to weed, and the t-shirt guide, Teflon sheet. Everything's on there right now except for t-shirts. We took those off because of everything that's happening in the world right now. Those are something that are a little bit more difficult to get a hold of. So I didn't want y'all to wait, but you can go to or order from like Target or Walmart or wherever. There we go. And we trimmed down quite a bit. Now the long one's going to be the red piece. Let's turn it this way so you can see what I'm doing as I'm weeding. Because the biggest color on this is red. And don't be scared of your vinyl. A lot of times people are like, I don't know how you weed like you do. You're not gonna mess up your vinyl. Even if you get a little wrinkle in it, if you fold it and crease it, once you heat it, that's going to go away. So you don't have to worry a whole lot about it. There we go. But yeah, no, everybody in my family is still exhausted. We went this weekend to the Big Thicket National Park and went and hiked and ended up doing almost an 11-mile hike. It was fun though. I did end up with a tick on me, which I'd saved it just like you're supposed to in case anything does go wrong. That way you have it so they can test you for it. It's like I told my husband, I said I have more mosquito bites than anybody else, and we did use bug spray and stuff like that. Said I think it's just, and I could be wrong, but I think that bugs seem to be attracted to certain blood more than others, and I seem to be the one that they like the most, because out of 5 people I'm the only one. But it was a good way to get out of the house and still be able to social distance, because I don't feel comfortable going to the parks and things like that because people are still pretty close to each other, or at least they are. Like, I don't know about y'all's areas, but our area, traffic looks just like normal. It doesn't look like it's really slowed down at all. Stores seem just as busy, the ones that are open. So, I don't know. But we were talking with Kate, and I was like, you know, with everything that's happened, because I don't even feel comfortable like sending out his graduation invitations, which I have not done yet, and expecting people to send back a gift with everything that's happened. You know what I mean? Like, it feels wrong to me. So I told him, I said, as soon as this is all over and we can start planning a vacation, we're going to plan a vacation. He wants to do Disney World because he's obsessed with Star Wars. And we're going to do a big trip like that. So that way, because we were going to do Disneyland this summer as part of his graduation trip, and then do Disney World next year, but we're going to just make it a bigger trip. Okay, so now last but not least is the neon green, which the neon green is what's going to be applied first anyway. So that's kind of where we are on stuff, you know, and maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but Caden's not jumping out and going straight to college. He's going to decide on what he wants to do. You know, with him having Asperger's, his need for money and stuff is not that important. So we'll be okay that way. Or he'll be okay that way. So see, there's our neon green piece. Okay, so this is all heated up. So we're gonna move all of our pieces out of the way. I'm gonna grab my Steady Betty right here. And I bought this at the quilt show in Houston a couple of years ago. And it is a 15-inch by 24-inch Steady Betty. You can get them, they're small business. A little older couple invented it, and I love it. We're gonna lay out our t-shirt, which is just a Bella and Canvas Heather Gray. Our Athletic Heather is actually what it's called. Lay it out smoothly. Again, you got to worry about your areas where everything goes. So what we need to do is, even though the green's going on first, I need to line it up with the red on the shirt, and then I'll just pull the red off and leave the green, because the red is the biggest layer. Okay, I like how that looks. Now as we peel up the red, leave the green behind. And you can slice this design. I prefer not to, because I like to be able to see what I'm doing. So we're gonna do this in sections. Tack it down. We don't want it all the way stuck. So, because the longer it sticks, the more your vinyl will change. Stretching and things like that. And we don't want that to happen. There we go. Okay. So there is our neon green piece. Next piece we're going to worry about is our yellow. And since this is a little bit more pop arty, as you can see, it doesn't have to be identical. So we can go ahead and add our blue stripes down at the bottom. Something like this. Okay, cover again. And I am using my picture as reference. just to kind of tell where everything's supposed to go. Okay. There we go. Okie dokie. We want our red piece to be last. Okay. And see how that blue lines up pretty well with our yellow, because it's like a shadow design. And then we're going to add our yellow piece down here. There we go. Now we're going to cover and heat for just a few seconds, because we are going to go back over and reheat it all. There we go. And people ask why I'm not using my heat press. The main reason why I'm not using my heat press is this is just easier to record off of. Now, a heat press I feel is much easier to use when you're doing this, but you know, not everybody has a heat press, and this is a great way for you to test it out. Okay, there we go. Love how that looks. Now this is the last layer, so we're going to do this in 4 15-second sections. Now if you noticed when I used my t-shirt guide, this is a 15-inch. I'll see if I can zoom you in so you can see it. So it's a 15-inch guide, because my Steady Betty is 15 by 24 inches. And this will always give you perfect center. If you haven't tried it, you know, it's always a great way to do it. Now, I'm not much of a drinker, but I do enjoy a good margarita every now and then. I don't know about y'all. I really don't like wine or anything like that. And if I would have mirrored this design, we could have easily used it on a towel or something. But I always like to have a color printout when I'm doing a complex design like this, just to make sure everything's in its place. Now, one thing is, I'm not going to do the final pressing after I pull off the plastic on this, but remember, you do need to go back after you pull off your last piece of plastic and do a final pressing, just to make sure everything is good and stuck. I just don't want to take the time to do that, so. Because it does take a while. There you go. Got to get that R right. There we go. There we go. Hot. So hot. There we go. Look how cute that looks. Now remember, I am going to pre-press everything for 15 seconds. Now give me a moment and I'll change the camera angle and we'll go over everything we just did. So hopefully you like this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon, that will notify you when we post new videos. And I said earlier that the sale ends on the 17th. It actually ends on the 19th. The contest for the adhesive patterns that we're doing as a giveaway, all you have to do is either comment on the video on Facebook or comment on it on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed and you're entered to win. We'll be drawing the winner on Friday for that. But I guess that's it for today, so we'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday for Live at 5.